Hey guys, Recruiter Preston here for another video, and I thought I'd make this video for all of you aspiring entrepreneurs or people who one day want to be an entrepreneur and absolutely crush your business, whether it's recruitment agencies, or anything else. Over the past several weeks, and even just throughout the years, the past several months, I always love to have great conversations with people, recruiters, entrepreneurs, successful business owners in recruitment and other industries, and a lot of other people, who are just starting their journey right now or wanting to get started. And one of the most common questions I get asked is, hey, and let's contextualize this to recruitment. Like, hey Preston, what are the chances of people failing when it comes to recruitment agencies? Or what are the most common reasons why someone would fail? And every time I get these questions, it's a legitimate question, but it always kind of makes me pause a little bit because it comes down to perspective at the end of the day. I think when you look at the world, that you can always look at things one way or another way. You can always look at a glass of water, half full or half empty. For me personally, why it makes me pause is that every time I think about doing something new, I focus more on what can I learn from it? What can I achieve from it? What goals can I accomplish by doing this action? Not so much like, hey, what's the worst case scenario? What's Armageddon? What's the, probability or the percentages of things not working out? Of course, that's very valid to do, but you don't want to fixate on that, because if you do that, you can end up overanalyzing, overthinking, and then ultimately that can just essentially spiral into you never taking an action. Let me give you another example. When you get a job, and I'm sure you've worked a job, right? Do you focus on, hey, what happens if I fail? Or what are the chances, or what's the percentages of people who get this job fail? Or when you go to high school or college, did you go into college with the intention or with the thinking hey, what if I fail? Or how many students actually don't graduate? No, you give it your all, you bet against yourself, and you go all in. Why is that any different from working for yourself? There will never be a guarantee, 1,000% guarantee that, hey, you will graduate this college, you will actually do well in this job, you will learn how to drive stick shift or ride a bicycle properly. But does the analyzing of failing stop you from moving forward? No, and it shouldn't with business as well. It's the same muscle. Yes, all that's important, and it's very, very important to follow people who are actually doing it.
Are you struggling with getting responses from clients? Are you an established recruiter who is struggling to break six figures and beyond? Are you looking to start recruiting part-time and you don't know how? Do you feel burned out and stuck spending hours and hours each day in manual tasks like sourcing and outreaching and feeling like you have no time to actually run and grow your business? I am absolutely happy to announce that we have launched our own recruitment, educational, and coaching program to help you on your journey. We made sure that everything I've learned in the past 10 years, the tips, the strategies that really helped me build multiple seven figures of placements on my own desk with some of the best companies in the world will be included in there. We'll also be including things like how you can build an acquisition system that brings in clients every month to your agency hands-free, how you can maximize the probability of a positive close during negotiations, how you can automate and outsource your day-to-day operations so that you don't have to spend hours per day researching or sourcing, how you can figure out the new and modern way to scale your agency that minimizes risk and maximize your upside potential. And we've also included much, much more. The best thing about this is not only will you be getting amazing content, but we will also handhold you and be with you every step of the way to make sure that you are held accountable and you crush your goals. We'll also share with you our own tech stack, tools, and plugins we actually use, plus everything else we know about automation and AI to help you save time, work smarter, and not be a slave to your business. The exciting news is that we've actually rolled this out to a select few people earlier this year, and I'm excited to see them well on the way to multiple six figures, with some breaking $30,000 to $50,000 per month already. So if you're interested to be a successful recruiter that can dominate in any market conditions, make sure you click on the link below to chat with another member of our team, and we're happy to chat with you to see if we can help you out. Make sure you jump on this really quickly. See you on the other side.
Let's talk about the assumptions. The assumptions is you want to embark on a business that you have really good understanding, previous experience, or really good training on. All that's important, and it's very, very important to follow people who are actually doing it. They have a track record, they have good training. All that assumption is set in stone for this video. So assuming you have access to all of that, then my whole point is at the end of the day, you'll never be able to wake up with 1,000% certainty saying, hey, I'm going to start this business and hey, I will be a gajillionaire in a year because I do this action. There's just no guarantee in business or in life, right? A lot of the things that happen is by you, most importantly, betting on yourself. You have to take that leap of faith. day, you have to take a deep breath, get that confidence, and just do it. End of the day, how you got that job, you're the one that showed up and just did it. If you want to go out there and start a business, you can be safe and don't be reckless. You can, if you have a job, do it on the side, but you just have to do it, because when you do it, that's where your future will have more clarity. Success and the perception of success comes from like what you do now. Like the action you do now will determine what will happen to you tomorrow. Like for example, if you have a job right now, how well you're doing right now, how well you commit and show up will determine if you still have a job a week or a month from now, or maybe you get a promotion, right? A year from now or 6 months from now. Same thing with business. You have to show up, and how you show up and how consistent you put in that work will result in the output, and you're hopefully one step closer to your goal a week from now, a month from now. So my ask to you is, yes, I think it's that part of that brain where it's like, making sure that you're not being stupid or reckless. Please don't do that. But don't succumb and be overwhelmed by those feelings and that train of thought, because that is the biggest barrier for people ever starting anything for themselves. Not just a recruitment agency, just anything for themselves. They just want to stay, be safe, have comfort, and do that. But then there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just talking specifically for those who really want to do something for themselves, start a business, start something on the side, start a side hustle, and they just never start. Life is long, life is short. But what I know is that don't live a life of regret. If you believe in yourself, at the end of the day, you can read as many books as you want, you can watch as many videos, you can go through as many programs, but if you never take that first action, nothing will ever amount to it. So my biggest plea for you is if you're doing something, you're just starting, believe in yourself first. Because if you can't believe in yourself first, if you can't close yourself, how are you going to close anybody else? Future customers, future partners, future opportunities. It's just not going to happen. So don't think too much into the future and the probabilities and percentages of like, what does it take for people to actually succeed? Like, it's really up to you, but you have to start first, and you got to show up. And if you show up, you put in that work and you're consistent, the work and the career or the business will end up taking care of you. But you got to make that first step. So as much as I love, answering these questions and receiving it, I just kind of want to share my story, right? I'm the type of person where I learn best just by doing. And while I also have those fears too, I think what's really interesting is that the longer you work for yourself, there's a shift in your brain and eyes on how you see risk and how you see fear or uncertainty. So like in the beginning, I think I felt it the most, like you. If you're just starting, like, oh my God, this is scary, this is risky. And if I start a new venture now, I still feel that, but less, because my risk tolerance and it has changed. And also, instead of like risk, instead of fear, I now balance that out more with positivity, opportunity, excitement, the lessons I can grow, or the lessons I can learn from this, and how I can leverage it to further my life, my career, and further propel myself forward. So everything is a muscle. You just have to, like, this is like your first rep. If you go to the gym, whatever you do, weights, Pilates, your first time doing anything is horrible, but the more you do it, the longer you do it, the easier and more accustomed it is. You start building that muscle memory and building those senses of awareness and like, wow, oh, in these situations, this is how I'm supposed to act and how I'm supposed to think. But all of that in the future is hypothetical. It doesn't matter if you haven't believed in yourself first. So believe in yourself. You can do it, assuming you have all the great training and access and you've done your due diligence, and you'll never ever feel 100% sure about any decision you make, not just starting a business, but anything in your life. It takes the plunge, it takes a step forward and faith. So my belief to you is, before anything, do you ask yourself right now, do you believe in yourself? Because if you believe in yourself, then you could do it. There's a high chance that you can do it. And if whatever you do also offers a support system, a mentorship, or accountability, now you have a team in your corner and you can go out there and make it happen. So I ask you to get inspired, get motivated. This is the last quarter of 2024, which typically is an amazing quarter to just set that foundation or to absolutely crush your break records and just make a ton of money before the holidays. So now is the time to take action. But whenever you're watching this, whether it's next year, a couple years from now, take action, believe in yourself. The first step is always the hardest. And if you keep going, I promise you it will get easier, and I can't wait to hear about all of your success. So thank you so much. Hope you liked this video. We'll see you on the next one.